your show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Good evening, friends. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Tonight is moderator night. We don't have all our moderators on as yet, but we do have Charmin on. And nothing wrong with that. It's always a pleasure to talk to Charmin because then she gets to talk to me one-on-one, which nothing wrong with that either. What's up, Charmin? Talking to Charmin.
Not. Good evening, O'Neill and chat. How are you tonight? How are you tonight?
That is a question for them right now. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? How are you all doing this evening? I think there's a lot of put in there because I think they have Good Friday. And so what's her name? Annette says she's seasoning up her fish or something.
Really? For when?
Yes,
tomorrow?
Yeah, for Good Friday. Well, not tomorrow, but I think the day after. For her things that she has going on.
Oh,
I think they. So it's been a little bit of a day, friends. People tuning in and just coming right in. No worries, we're here. We're on. Let me see exactly who. Good evening, everyone. We're seeing all y'all. I saw one during the chat, but she may still be busy, so maybe that's why she's not on it yet. As I was saying, Charmin, I saw the Lynette skit. And I felt it was a very interesting skit, and I wanted to hear your take on it as to what they were saying as far as you're doing well, Angela Paul. Thank you very much. Good evening, Abby. As far as Lynette and Larry is concerned, so we can play it for you.
Divorce Bethany, so you and I can get back together.
Were you thinking about that?
Don't laugh. It's a serious question.
Oh, you're being serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was the basis of the day, Charmin. I don't know if you like that. How did you like this whole idea of Lynette asking this? Well, apparently Lynette must have asked him, you know what I mean, if he can divorce Bethany for just Bethany. That's the basis of the whole premise we're getting from it.
Okay, so first of all, I don't think Lynette thought Larry would actually go with that. But Lynette just wants to say, I asked her to divorce Bethany and you said no, so therefore I will not drop the charges. She was just looking for something to back her up about not dropping the charges. That was the whole thing she was going for, because she knew Larry was not going to divorce Bethany just because she asked him to do it. But remember, Larry was asking her to drop the charges. But she wanted to say to Larry, well, if you're not going to divorce Bethany, I'm not going to drop the charges. So they're even.
So it was just a kind of a get back kind of mode.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes. It was nothing real. I don't think it was anything real. I just want her to say, well, I've asked you to divorce Bethany and you said no. So she could actually go through with the charges. Because she knew Larry was not going to divorce Bethany just because she asked him. It would have to be something else.
It must be something else. Because when I saw that first, I didn't know if it was okay for you. I say you can't just see a man have him regardless of if it's because she started to say that the fact that them have a kid together and whatever else she was talking about, that because they have a child together and all of that. So that's why it seemed like it was, It seems like it was something real. That's why I'm asking you about it.
No, it was something. She went on to say all of that just to justify it in her mind that because she wanted to go through with the charges. So doing all of that, she's looking for justification when she was talking to her son and say, "Oh, Bethany is this person," because Bethany does not live in her house. Bethany does not live in Montana. She can always stay in Montana. She resides in Georgia. I know that, but they do not share a house. So I don't see how what she was saying to her son would actually impact them in terms of all of them living together. They don't have to be friends. They don't have to even go to dinners or birthdays or anything. They don't have to be anywhere together. So that would not make a great impact on them. So I don't know. She was asking, she was just reaching. I say she was reaching and then she was trying to justify it because she knows she's not going to drop those charges.
Well, is it out of line? That's kind of the question, because somebody said right here, so she was out of line. Another person says, I don't think it was okay for her to ask him for divorce Bethany. Somebody says Larry is not going to divorce Bethany. Was it out of line?
It was out of line. It was out of line. She has no right to ask him to do that. But again, she just wants a justification to say, you're not doing what I'm asking, so I'm not doing what you're asking. It's just simple that. Yeah.
Okay. I saw it and I wasn't sure. Vern says she agree with that. Okay, all right. If you say so, but I saw it and I said, wait, hold on, what? So I even reacted to the video in itself and I said, no way you can ask somebody just to divorce them partner because of, and then she starts to talk about the whole, I think there's a part in there where she starts talking about you know, them have a son together and all of that, and so that's why it sounded the way it sounded to me.
Yeah, it's not, the son is not a year old. If the son was a year old,
exactly,
then I would say yes, because then the child would be have to spend time with the dad. The child does not have to spend time with Larry and Bethany. The child can always send a ticket for Larry if and when you want to spend time with Larry. They can go to different places. They can meet up. It's not like the child is small. So the child would have to go to their house where Bethany is residing. So as I'm saying, she just wants to say, I asked, you asked, and we did not agree. So I'm going to go through it. But yes, that's all.
All right, hold on. Miss Fatal, you know, I know Miss Fatal is going to always keep us honest. Miss Fatal says if you look at the second skit where Lynette was talking to her son about it, it really looked like she was saying, because she started talking about all being a family. Oh, it hurt.
Yeah, but that was a justification she was looking for to tell her son. She just wanted to justify her action, and she could not just tell her son, oh, I just want to get back. She wanted to make it sound genuine, that she genuinely wanted to happen. So that was the justification I was talking about, the thing that she was telling her son, because she have to find a reason for her son not to, to justify why she actually asked.
Okay. And somebody says, and Lynette is crazy. It's a loose situation. Larry's son is talking about moving to Atlanta. This is ridiculous. A marriage is between two people and God, not their ex-wife or baby mama. I mean, that's where my brain went. You know what I mean? Yes. Bethany had crying and laughing today. All right. So let me see, somebody else says he was just trying to stifle her opinion. He was trying to stifle her opinion. So she asked, would you divorce? And he wouldn't. So she got the answer. Okay. Exactly. So the idea was that. Then someone says she sounded like just like Shayla when she was saying our family. Larry is now Bethany's family. So I believe that she's partially serious. You know what I mean? And then Miss Fatal says exactly. Lynette meant it. She said Bethany brings turmoil. And the last person says Bethany played the victim to her daddy and blaming him today. Okay, welcome in one journey.
In Shayla's case, Shayla want to get back with Anthony. Lynette said she did not want to get back with Larry. So why are you asking him to divorce somebody that he's with and you don't want to be his wife? So that did not make any sense. If she had said, yes, I want to be your wife again, then I would think she was serious. But the fact that you're asking this man to leave his wife and then do what?
That may ask. That's what I ask. One journey, if you want, jump in the comment, jump into it, jump in the discussion. Did you see the Lynette skit? One journey. think one journey may not hear us. But okay, but yeah, that it makes sense. That's what, look, when I saw it, I said maybe it's a cultural thing that I don't know. All these exes have a lot of power and nothing about boundaries. That's the one thing the storylines are teaching us. Boundaries, because why the lack of boundaries is terrible. I wonder if Amber will send the paperwork to the court, make Anthony sign it. We're gonna talk about that soon, friends. I was trying to give some airtime to the other skits. Hold on, I'm gonna get into the Anthony storyline pretty soon. Anthony, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, guys. Is my volume low? I can't hardly hear you guys.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
It's up. We can hear you. You can hear us?
No, I can't hardly hear you. It's kind of low. Maybe it's on my end.
Yeah, maybe it's on your end. If you want to just turn it up on your end.
Okay, hold on for a minute.
Ashley, can you I was trying to send you that link, Ashley. Give me one moment. Yeah, so that's the idea here. I'm glad you mentioned it. I put some context because I like the context you're putting into it now. You know, when I saw it at first, I was like, wait, wow. Where? But I didn't see that in at all. So I'm glad you're putting context to it because it just never right. Regardless who Bethany was. Me, I'm like, well, even though Bethany annoying, right? I would prefer Larry to do that on his own and not with, you know. Yeah, me don't want him to do that because, you know, some baby mother telling him he needs to leave him, right? That never sound right. I said that's something so wrong with that.
He's going to leave his wife and she does not want him. So that did not even make any sense.
That was also what I was looking at as well too. I mean, so I'm like, we don't want him either. So it's like, okay, you know, in a sense. It just don't make no sense. But anyways, you know, they do a lot of weird things on the skits. And so you know that work already.
Tell me about it.
I'm not going to lie. Bethany's fault that Lynette went to jail. It is. We are not saying it wasn't Bethany's fault that Lynette went to jail. We just never. It's the whole idea of you telling your baby that she can't be, because first and foremost, they don't have to do the whole
That's not a baby father. That's a son.
Right.
That's your son. It's not a baby father.
There you go. Because well, there you go. Even a better way to put it. That is a son. If you ask me, that's a son. Like unrealistic, and the marriages would survive all of this turmoil. No marriage will survive all the turmoil. That's what me said. Let me see. She is a cancer to the family. No one likes her. She is terrible. I'm not going to never tell you Bethany's not terrible because I think she's terrible. My thing is that Ned said my thinking is this. The Ned said that so Larry could see how absurd it is for him. That's what you were saying, Charmin. Somebody come with the same comment. How absurd it is for him to ask her to drop the charge against his wife. Someone said the same thing you were saying. Someone said the same thing that you were saying. So someone gave the same comment that him. Ashley, can you? Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense. Antoinette, did you watch a skit?
Yeah, I watched the skit today. The skit I really liked was the Bethany one when she blamed her father, but you initiated. You went to him. You complained to him about it, and you did not tell him the whole story. So I said, you know, I don't feel sorry for Bethany, and I think one of your other views was saying earlier that maybe her dad is doing that just to break them up because I don't think her dad liked Larry. That's what I'm thinking. He don't like Larry, so he trying to do everything he can to break them up.
Well, listen to this. Bethany use her family to do her dirty work. Is that what's going on?
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. O'Neill, does Amber deserve any of Woodward Pecker's money having been? I'll soon discuss the Amber topic, friends. Don't worry. It's last on my list because I've been trying to give the other things airtime. We talk so much on the Amber. They're talking about what's her name? Angelina. That's what we call Woodward Pecker. Yeah, that's what they call Woodward Pecker. Let's see. Let's send the email. I just One Journey, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you able to hear me?
We can hear you now. We were asking questions about the Lynette. We were asking questions about the Lynette thing, but I think Charmin cleared it up, and a couple other folks are clearing it up, saying, "Hey, they didn't like what was going on. None of this makes sense. Insulting.
Yeah, it was just a little unnecessary, so we skipped over it. Yeah.
You skip over it as well.
Come and ask. You can't tell people, "Hey, divorce your wife," because she always smells of balloons, or something like that. It's inappropriate.
Makes sense. It was out there when I heard it. I said, it's insulting someone's culture. Go ahead.
I see her talking. I don't hear her. Hope, I don't hear her.
I was saying, I don't think she mean it. I think she was just saying an example because he want her to drop the charges. I want to press on a charge against Bethany. So I think she was trying to flip the script on him. I don't think she meant for him to ask her for a divorce. I think she's basically, if the shoe was on the other foot, what would you do? That's how I got out of. I don't think she meant for him to divorce. Tell you need to divorce the Bethany. I just think that she was in her feelings. She's upset. I mean, get back. But I don't think she meant for him or meant for her to. I don't think she meant it. I think it was just out of the blue. Like, if I you want me to drop the charges, so I want you. If I want you to divorce Bethany. So it's like he giving her ultimatum. When you drop the charges, if you drop charges, I won't divorce Bethany. So it's like piggyback. I don't think she meant it because he asked her when he was on his way out, did you really mean it? She was like, if she didn't hesitate, she was like, no. I don't think she want to get back with Larry. I really don't think so.
Okay.
That's how I got from it. Maybe everybody got differently.
Well, Charmaine said she got the same thing. Charmaine got that, and someone else says that's what they think it was. You know what I mean? It was just me and probably Miss Fatal. And we never too like it because we feel like it was, but hey, if that's what the effect is and it's not really meant for, if it's not really meant the way that I thought it meant, then hey, it is what it is. All is fear and love and war. It is what it is at the end of the day. You know what I mean? All is fear and love and war. That's not what it is. So I just wanted to know what it was. That's kind of what was my kind of thing. That's all I was to say. Welcome in, share reviews. We were talking on the Bethany skit. That's what we're talking about just now. I'm going to jump to the Shayla and Angelina because it kind of was. This was a very interesting piece of work today between Shayla and Angelina. There was a couple movements happening. A couple movements. Who's saying something? Oh, give me 1 moment. Let me just put that file in. Let me load that in, and then I will see what's going on here. Let me put up to this. So Angelina basically today was I guess she's trying to get Shayla to make the switch to Anthony. Let me jump this on.
So I see. So what else is going on?
Well, Anthony received his.
So this was what was happening today. Good evening, Ashley. Ashley, can you hear us? I think your mic muted. Take your mic up. Well, you probably can unmute it. Just go ahead and unmute it. There you go.
Hello.
There you go. There you go. Good evening, Ashley. Good evening. So we're panel looking good tonight. I just want to make sure I had you on. Good evening, Ashley. Welcome in. Let me jump up to here. Let me just kind of ready the clip, and then we're ready to go. Give me 1 moment. Okay. So so Angelina basically is now batting very hard for Shayla to go after Anthony.
Right.
I'll start with you, Ashley. You're in. Do you like, you don't like, you like, you don't like, what's going on? Is it one of those moves where, as an Amber person, say, tell you what, don't put off on don't put off on Shayla. Give me a take. Can you hear us, Ashley?
Oh, yes. Okay, got it. So, Angelina is Angelina, right? She's gonna do what she's gonna do. I expected this from, that she devil, and she's trying to push her back to where the money is, basically. I mean, not that Iman doesn't have money, but there's no ties there. He can leave at any time. So this is all about her security, because when we look back a few weeks ago, or a month ago, she was trying to, encourage Shayla, get a career, go back to school, do something. And it was going in one ear and out the other. So this is all about her making sure that she's always good money-wise, because she has made it very clear that she does not want to work. And even today, when she was talking to Delicia, I got a rich baby daddy, and I got a rich boyfriend. I mean, she's very delusional, and I honestly, I mean, the money can run out at any time, like what Delicia was saying to her. She's sitting up there smoking weed. I mean, she looks ridiculous, So, I mean, I think Angelina's steering her down the wrong path again, and it's not going to be what she thinks it's going to be, and she's going to just end up with a broken heart yet again, and I mean, but she did it to herself, and this is what we need to see is her karma, because I think once that happens, we might see a change with the character, but until then, she's going to have this persona that everything's good and nothing bad's going to happen to her. But when you do people wrong, something bad is going to happen to you. And she knows that. Shayla knows that. So there is no way she's going to escape what's coming to her. And again, this is just classic Angelina trying to save her. And you're not going to be able to save her. The wrath is coming her way. And that's it. She's doing everything she can to save her daughter from the mess she has caused. And I think when the first time she heard about the affair, you could see she was, I don't know if y'all remember, she was very disappointed in Shayla when she first heard about that affair with Anthony, and then immediately went into protection mode and started planting all these seeds and making her think that Anthony's her husband and all this stuff. She wasn't no help to Shayla when she came into the picture. So, I don't see anything good happening from this. I don't, she would be better off, trying to make something of herself, get a career, not going down this path, but hey, it's Shayla we're talking about here, I mean, yeah.
Let me, Sharon Reviews, I'm gonna put you into the conversation. All right, and I want y'all to match up. Sharon Reviews, can you hear us? Sharon? There you go. Yeah. And so I want to put you in the conversation. Let me get about 5 comments. I want to put you in the conversation as far as Angelina is concerned, as to where it's going. Somebody in the comment is saying it's a rinse and repeat, but I don't know if that's what's going to be this time. It feels to me like something is up. But I'll tell you what I mean when I said that, because I want to hear you first, Sharon Reviews. There's something that says Shayla said she's got the yes, ma'am, and Iman will not marry her. Anthony is a mess right now, so he's not even thinking about Shayla. I believe that that's what's going on. Villains never get paid in Ainsworth. Angelina has the desire for control, much like Anthony. Anthony, and Shayla are very, calculative in terms of getting what they want. They understand the language, so she needs to get sewn and weight, get down and weight. I think that's what it is. This is all about control for Angelina. She knows that she will never be able to control Iman. Angelina said that a sucker is born. Every day speak about Anthony. Sharon, if you go ahead and piggyback off of that. Based on what Miss Ashley just mentioned and with the comments that people are saying so far, where are you with that? What are you seeing with Angelina?
Well, Angelina is leading her daughter down the wrong path. Shayla is smoking. So definitely hopefully we're going to see a turning point eventually where Shayla get her karma. Angelina need to go back to the Bible and read the Bible properly and interpret it properly, so she can guide her daughter. And for Shayla with her yes mom business, she was start with that. The yes mom Angelina taught her that it's better for her to do that than tell her daughter the right thing, teach her daughter the right thing. So it's better you work and have your own money. But nowadays, this is what they're showing us, what's happening in real life. That there are young girls out there that are actually selling their body and think that will gonna sustain a man forever. It didn't keep Anthony, and it's definitely, maybe it will keep Eman around, because Eman says he loved the yes ma'am when he was talking to Ron, that she have the good. But for her to sustain it, for it to go on forever, she have to go into the doctor to rejuvenate it. And also, when they say rejuvenate, they get it tightened up, you know what I mean? So she will have it.
Might mash up is where I said, might mash up.
No, money now go mash up, trust me. All of them, the young girls that were doing this thing, they go in to see the specialist, and they just rejuvenate it for them, you know what I mean? And they have it nice and tight again. But Shayla won't understand the gravity of what she did to Amber until she experienced it. And if the divorce actually goes through, I don't think Anthony's gonna spin the back there. And if he does, it won't be permanent. It will just be hit and run. And maybe Eman will surprise us and marry Shayla after everything is said and done. You never know. Kitland to me is like somebody, Cat Culture said to me in my comments. She said to me, "Hi, Cat Culture." She said she noticed when Shayla and Angelina quote the Bible, you understand what they are saying. They have Amber praying, and Amber is a praying woman, and she's godly. But we don't see the beauty of God within that character. She's a praying woman. Her husband should have been on the same wavelength with them. And instead of them uplift the Daltons, they crash them again. They crash them when she caught them, and then crash Amber again. So how many crashes is Amber gonna take? And Cat Culture says she would love to see Jesus is popping with the Daltons, because Shayla and her mom is twisting the Bible to suit their purpose. That's not God popping, not Jesus popping. So I was telling her that it looks like whoever writing Amber storyline doesn't really know God, and the person who is writing Angelina and Shayla's script, it seems like they know God, but they just twist it, you know what I mean? But we do understand what they're saying. So we just need to see a Jesus moment with the Amber character. Hopefully that's what we're gonna see, but for sure something big is gonna happen with the Daltons and with Shayla.
All right.
That's what I see.
Shamin, I'm gonna take you first, and I'm gonna take one turn, then I'll take Antoinette. Shamin, I think that, and I wanted to respond to what Sharon Reviews is saying. For some reason, it don't to me Anthony's going to spin the block this time. I don't know what is telling me that, but I'm watching where the Shayla character is going, and she's going in all the direction, because the smoke now has become very constant. The weed smoking has become very, very constant. That's number one. How them have everything outside, and how them showing her, something is up. She looked too comfortable. If that makes sense to you. Yeah, she looked too comfortable. And when you get too comfortable, it tells me that they're about to do something with the character. So that's why I'm kind of on the edge of my seat with that. I believe that as much as money will make a whole heap of noise, right? And Charmin, you gotta respond, we give 5, we do 5, whatever it is. As much as I talk about Amber, what I'm seeing is, I think it is Anthony's time for karma. Say what you want to say. You can look at him for that Porsche, and you can tell that this man is now beginning to go into that phase of wherever next it is. Go ahead, Shamin, and respond to that. Am I on? Me off? What go on? Give me a take. Go ahead.
Okay, so Sharon said something about crashing Amber character and not crashing Shayla. She said crashing Amber character and not crashing Shayla character.
Okay.
Remember when Gilbert came to Jamaica? Several storms came to Jamaica after Gilbert, and they did not even do the damage Gilbert did. And Melissa came last year and wrecked Jamaica. So that is going to be the proportion of the storm that's going to wreck Shayla when Shayla gets her karma. So don't worry about how they crashing Amber. Amber is being crashed. Yes, she had got Gilbert moment, and then she have an Alan moment, and she have several other little stormy moment. But Shayla's storm is going to be a Melissa moment when she's going to be wrecked. The other thing is, you look at Amber said something to Anthony this morning. Amber said, I'm not going to continue to sweep anything under. You want me to sweep things under the carpet. I'm not going to do that. You need to own up to what you did. And maybe we are not even realizing that Anthony, every time Amber bring up the past, he always deflect. He never said, okay. He only said, yes, I did that. But he never sit with her and go through, because that's what Amber is looking for him to talk about it, to bring it out into the open, deal with it, and then they can get rid of it. But he never does that. He always deflects. He always brings something else or say something else. That is what Amber needs him to do. Amber just need him to own up to everything. Talk about the night Shayla came. Talk about the next morning when he went there and he was weak and whatever. Talk about when Shayla told him she was pregnant and he asked her to get an abortion. Just talk about everything. Just sit and just bring everything into the open. And I think when they had that therapy session, that's what they were supposed to be doing. But I don't know where that therapist came from or counselor came from.
That was a Timu therapist.
I don't know where they get
Timu. That was Timu therapist.
Timu sells some good things, so I would not even put her in that category. I like a dollar store.
Teen therapist.
Yeah, she's like a dollar store where all those plastic things. You go to a dollar store, everything in there is plastic. It's fake. So she's a Dollar Tree or a dollar store counselor. Trust me, Timu sell good things. I buy things there and they sell good things. So let's not do that.
Oh, they could get her from TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You could buy stuff off of TikTok.
Yeah, and they sell good things too. It depends on what you're buying. But I'm just saying that until Anthony come to that moment in his life where he will just open up and just own everything openly, not trying to deflect from this and deflect from that, because that's all Amber is asking. The other thing that is important that Amber said today, that 30 days that Amber mentioned, and Anthony said he don't care about the 30 days. If he does not respond within the 30 days, then the judge, the court, will give him another, I think it's another 46 days. There's a 46, or it goes to 46 days where there's a default period. He can respond within that default period. After the default period expires, then the judge will bring the judgment. He does not need to sign the paper for Amber to get her divorce.
Oh, okay.
So now, if he responds within the 30 days or within the 46 days to contest the marriage, then. But if he does not do anything, and he said he's not doing anything, Amber can still get her divorce after the 46 days. Without him doing, if Anthony does not respond within that period of time, Amber can get her divorce. And the judge will make whatever the ruling is. Whatever she's asking for, she might end up getting it.
So there. One journey, I'm coming to you right now. All right, so let me read some comments real quick. People keep talking about Anthony's karma. Anthony always getting his karma. His karma is women in his life. Not too much on the Temu. Not the dollar store shaman. I would rather open up and talk to the other men than her fiance and now her husband, and that's the problem, that they didn't take the engagement period seriously. That's what Vanswell said, that they didn't take the engagement period. That's a very good statement from Vanswell. Then Nature says, I think Anthony obtained the therapy to counsel them. I believe that he wanted to use the therapist to show reconciliation of his marriage to Amber, to show proof to the court that it would be needed. And then Miss Grant, I feel like that's what's going to be because of how Shayla is bragging about it. Cat Culture says Anthony can deflect because he has had the best of both worlds until now. Amber let him come back without boundaries. What he's feeling now is he should have felt when he came back the last time. Somebody said to me, and I will get into this, and one journey is going to be you after this. Somebody said, Oni, I told you, let me go for the comment because I think it's Trap Star. That says something about the 100% Trap Star. I'm going to tell you again. The 100% Anthony talk about today was just basically because I'm upset. I'm telling you right off of the cuff. O'Neal, you owe us an apology tonight. Anthony told us that he wanted to keep 100. He doesn't. He just tell her because it's the most ridiculous deal he knows she's not going to agree to. That's exactly what that was. When Mr. The response, I said, oh, okay, him really don't mean none of that. He knows she's not going to go for it. Somebody tell us, well, hey, if you want a divorce, then take nothing. But he knows you're not going to go for it. That's what that move, I think, it was. One journey, hop on. Go ahead.
1 minute before the one journey, let me just jump in real quick. That is the same thing Lynette did with Larry, because she knows Larry was not going to go for it. So Anthony know that Amber was not going to go for it, so he just said 100%. It's the same thing, same scenario. Larry and Lynette and Amber and Anthony.
And Anthony is the same thing. Yeah, go ahead, one journey. Go ahead into
it. I'm sorry, what was the question?
So we're reasoning with the Anthony and the Amber thing. I think people are talking in regard to, number one, I guess we can talk to the 100%. Today, basically, Trapstar is saying she's owed an apology because Anthony does want 100%. I'm saying he does not want 100%. He doesn't want a divorce at all. That's what I'm saying, right? For some reason, he doesn't want a divorce. I thought he did and don't want one, okay? Well, so he's making these ridiculous, offers. It's one of them offers there where it's like, hey, let me give you this offer, and if you take it, if you're stupid enough to take it, then I guess, sure, whatever it is, which I don't know what he'll do then, but go ahead.
Right. When it comes to Anthony, he doesn't want to have anything to do with the law. He doesn't want the law near him. He doesn't want anyone looking into his business. He doesn't want a forensic. If he can make a deal with her and avoid it, he can. But what I learned from Charmaine and from the other channel, one moment, and from Sharon Reviews, is that Anthony is a real crook, and he is not a loyal or honest man. We knew that. But if he can just make a real good offer to her and she says yes and walk away, his secrets are not revealed. However, if his secrets are revealed, everyone will know that he's a fraud. And I learned that from Sharon Review, and I learned it from Charmaine. So I've always said to myself, Anthony doesn't want to have anything to do with legal. He won't do it with his child. He doesn't want anyone to see him. He wants to low invisible, but visible. Just like a crook. A crook wants to be in plain sight, but not visible. And that's Mr. Anthony. So I'm hoping that, yes, and she is correct. I looked up the law in Georgia. It's absolutely true. The judge will make a decision in 30 days if you don't show up, if you don't protest, and his decision is his decision. But there's no deep dive.
Right.
You need, and we want that deep dive, but we can also not get it. And they'll just approve the 50%, and Amber will think she will not know about the hidden money. Look how bad it was when Sonny had his divorce. When Sonny had her divorce, she really didn't have good counsel. And I think right now, Amber doesn't have any good counsel. You just can't say, oh, my friend used this person, so I'm going to use my... No. Every case is different. And I always tell, growing up in New York, of course, I'm a union baby, right? So within a union state, where jobs are protected, lives are protected, the union Your burial is already done with the union. Your next children
Okay.
and your children's children are taken care of with the union. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So
Makes sense.
that kind of protection, like when Amazon moved to New York, right? They had a facility upstate New York. They didn't want it unionized. Guess what? It's unionized now. Why? You're in the state of New York. You're going to be unionized. So now, better health care, protection on the facility. Everyone has a hat. Everyone has the right shoes. Everyone has the it's this metal thing you wear around your neck, and it lets you know how much radiation or ionization is in the room. When you walk in a house, if you're visiting someone's house, you want to carry it in your little bag, because that house might be toxic and you're totally unaware. You're sitting down having dinner, blah, 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 and the house is toxic and you're totally unaware. So yes, Anthony will avoid the law at all times. So when he say he's not going, because it's too much. I don't want to protest you, but what if the judge gives her a larger portion? Or what if her attorney requests a forensic?
Okay.
He's done. He's done. So with my Anthony and my Amber, I don't know if it's real. I think it's another part of the judicial system that they're trying to educate us on. And right now, we have a lot of...
I've learned something too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just going off what you're saying. I've learned something with them. I want to say one turn that based on you and Charmin, y'all have taught me that, because I didn't know that basically after the 30 days it goes into default. So y'all have taught me again. So I love this, because it's always going to come up with something that you never know. So I just learned that from y'all. Go ahead at one turn.
All done.
Antoinette, go ahead and jump right in. What are you thinking here? You think you really want a divorce? I don't want a divorce.
I think I want to go back now when Anthony found out from Shayla about her and Wayne. He could have left her. So they was like early into the marriage. Am I correct? Real early into the marriage.
That is correct. That is
so
correct.
He could have left her back then. But now, I think she's for real, but I don't think Wayne gonna make it like that. But I think, in my eye, I think she's for real. I think she wants it. She want to get out of it, because she thought when she took him back that, like you all said, he should have set boundaries. I think if boundaries were set right, they won't be going through this. But she did not set boundaries, and he did not set boundaries with Shayla. So if they were, like you all said, if they would have set boundaries, things probably would have been a lot better. But since she opened the door, he cooked her a night breakfast and some fish dinner, but he went back to his old ways again. I'm getting up and down that. He going back to his old ways again. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he changed. I don't think he will ever change. And I don't think he will, hypothetically, if they do get a divorce, I don't think he gonna go back to Shayla. I don't think he is. Because I think he gonna catch on what Shayla's doing, because he could tell that she don't have a mind of her own.
You got a question, Antoinette. So I'm gonna give you this question. So Jerina gave a super chat. Jerina, thank you for the super chat. Jerina says, if the situation happened to your son in real life, would you encourage Amber to take 50%?
I would say this.
That's a good question.
I would say this. Are they talking about 50% in the marriage or before the marriage?
Hey, that's a good question. Let's say 50%
they talking about before
overall.
The marriage or in the marriage?
50% overall. Let's say overall. Because apparently that's what everybody wants.
I would say, damn. Ooh, that's a trick. I would say, wait a minute. She did. Wait a minute. Hold it. I would say yes, because she did help him save his house. She helped him when he was broke. Remember, he lied and said he wasn't broke. He didn't have no money. She confronted him. She helped him out. She did help him upgrade the house. How much did that bedroom cost? $20,000. The heated floor and everything. So she upgraded the house. So I don't know if she deserved 50% from the house to equal. I don't know that word they talking about the house. I can't pronounce that word. Maybe somebody,
equity.
I don't think she's gonna get. I don't think she deserved 50% of that house. She might have put something in it, had something redid to it, but not the house. But overall, I'll say yes because what he do? He's still lying. He's still sneaky. He gave Shayla $5,000. He lied about it to her. He had the least smell on his perfume, and like he didn't know how perfume smell, and he's still doing the sneaky stuff. He telling Ben one thing, then he telling Amber another. So yeah, I think he deserved 50%. And if they was while they was in the marriage, yes. Out of the marriage, no. But he should have signed a prenup. He should have had her sign a prenup. That would have solved everything.
If it's your son. What if your son never signed a prenup? That's my question. What if your son never signed a prenup? Would it be okay?
Well, no. If my son, we're gonna make sure my son signed a prenup.
Yeah.
Now these days, you want your kids to make sure that he or she, their partner, sign a prenup.
Yeah.
That's the best thing now.
What we did in our family was we locked it down in trust and estate, so those things could not be touched. Once again, coming from New York, because you are a union family, the union has their own. They lock things down because before immigrants were running, slaves first, enslaved first, that were free. They're the only ones that ran things before the immigrants came. You know, when I say the immigrants, the influx of the immigrants, and then, of course, when they came, they decided to spit or speak down to the ones that came out of slavery, which was the Black American. Then they got another title saying, no, I'm so sorry, Black American. And the ones that are African Americans are the ones that came after slavery from other countries and blah, blah, blah. But what I wanted to say was I like the triple D that we have, the three detectives that we have. And I enjoy watching them because with Charmaine, you're not getting away with it. With Nanya Sis, you're not getting away with it. With Sharon's review, you're not getting away with it. And I love women who understand that you have to investigate everything. A mother is in the house, right? And O'Neill knows this. When a mom is in the house, she already knows everything. What you really think you're hiding something? Bethany is going to find out because she runs the house. And whoever runs the house, they're going to find out. So we have lots to uncover, but I really think that my friend Anthony is a gangster. Ben's a gangster. Darren's a gangster. I think we're running with gangster people, and I like it.
So I think Darren's scared. Darren is like
gangster.
Darren is one of those characters. He one of them guys that will hide behind a tree or something. He looks scary to me.
He's still a gangster.
I'm gonna get into Darren in a little bit because the question from Jerry, I think, is still rocking the minds. Ashley, I want to ask you the question because they're still saying you know answer the question yet, Anthony. So I'm gonna ask Ashley the question. I want you to think about it. If it's your son, he never signed the prenup, would you be okay? I'm gonna ask Ashley and then I'm gonna come back to you, Anthony, for a little bit. Give me one moment.
Okay.
Ashley, your son did not sign the prenup. Would you want him to lose the half of whatever it is? You know what they're talking about. That's the point blank question in the comments.
No, because he did work hard for that, and he had that house before he even met her, and so the equity she put in that house was from his money. Unfortunately. I don't know if she put any of her money into it. Maybe if we see some documents of that proof. But as far as I know, those heated floors, it came from his money.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that she deserves something out of it. The restaurant, that should be hers. She has put her blood and sweat, tears into that restaurant. That restaurant is hers. Maybe a few dollars. You know, she shouldn't get everything. She hasn't been, to me, she hasn't been long in that marriage enough to get 50%. It's only been 2.5 years, almost 3 years. I do not believe she deserves 50%. She deserves something out of that. Yes. I don't. What I don't want is for this to be dragged out for 3 or more years.
Right.
And so right now we're still like at the beginning stages. So I want to see how far she's going to let this go.
Okay.
Because if you really want to leave, you will do that. You know, and so I feel like, you know, take what you can get out of it and just let it go. You know,
Hello.
that's how I feel about that situation.
Excuse me.
Hold on,
When you look up the law in Georgia, the law gives her the law in Georgia, the law in California is 10 years marriage. The law in Georgia has no limit. You're going to be fair to each other, whatever was gained in that marriage. Not the stuff before. So legally, she is in place. But where my friend, I have a friend, right? And he lives, you know, in that CA place, you know, he has to have 10 years in. 10 years in, then we can talk about half. But if you're in California, you can forget it. It's not going to be that way. But in the state of Georgia, absolutely.
And Florida.
And Florida and so many of the other 50 plus states. It's very different. So she's not being greedy. She's not being hoggish. She's working within the law. And no, if she was in California, baby, goodbye. See you later. Adios, amigo. You haven't done your 10 years. Okay?
Adios.
So California women know you better hold out.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's different in other states. So, but I'm just saying, she has to save that 50% anyway to get something out of it. But that's just my stance on it. I feel like, you know, she should get something out of it. I'm not saying she's gonna get anything, but 50% to me is a stretch. Yes.
Not for the law.
Hold on. No. Sharon, I gotta put you in. Give me a couple of comments, friends, and I'm gonna put Sharon, and I'll put you in Shaman. Give me one moment. Let me get a comment for people and get them stuff read. Yes, Amber deserves half of Anthony's money, taken her through so much loss and her baby and betrayal, best friend, husband. Here's my problem with this. Shayla is in that. That's my that's why I'm having issues with just people just giving the whole, hey, but Anthony did all these things. Yes, but Shayla was your biggest issue in that. But I'm gonna let y'all respond to that. Give me a couple. Yes, but being with Anthony, she deserves it all. I went through a divorce. I got 90% and I live in California. We were married 3.5 years. Circumstances playing a big part. So that's kind of what one journey was saying. And someone else says, I'm going to say yes, if my son decided to stay in a marriage after being deceived into it, and then he cheated and had a baby, he would. Then someone says 50% for Amber. Someone else says Anthony earned a lot in their marriage. Someone says the things she went through warranted 50%. If this was your daughter, after all he put her through, would you tell her not to ask 50%? Someone else says in Georgia, the marriage has to be at least 10 years to receive full benefits as a wife. I think it's debatable. Give me a moment with that one. Someone says, O'Neill, tell a woman is speaking now, if she had a son, where would you want him to lose 50%? So the question is, would you want your son to lose 50%? That's the troubling question from Jerina. Someone says, I give her 35% or 40%. That's still a good amount of money. Question, did Atlanta go broke and did she help him get back? That's a question someone else. And someone else says, first of all, I wouldn't say all of my son need to be that stupid. Allow my son to be that stupid as Anton not to sign a prenup. But let's just say he did. That's the question Jerry is asking. Let's just say he never signed a prenup. Mommy Super Chat says, honestly, as a mom, you know your children. I'd rather to give my son 50% to his wife, especially when I know his dealings are not above board. I guess above the board. Okay, I would try to save him from trouble. Go ahead, Shami. The answer, the question is this. It's your son. It's your son. So no, don't just externalize it. It is your son. Jerina has turned the tables, turned the whole chat Wait, it's supposed to be Sharon first. Then hold on, I'm Charmian. And make sure I'm gonna skip Sharon. It's supposed to be Sharon, then it's Charmian. Your son is being divorced, and man want 50%. She married for 2 years. You know what's been going on. You know you have the Shayla thing in there because that has to be measured. Would you want to give 50%? Go ahead, Sharon, and then you go, Sharon. Go ahead.
Of course I would, O'Neill. I would tell him, sign the divorce paper right now and give the woman the 50%. Charmaine and I look up and we have all the receipt because we did that yesterday on my show. And when he married Amber, Anthony didn't have a red cent. He had to go to the bank and borrow $1 million. Amber was the one who hold on the fort for Anthony. The reason why he never had a prenuptial is because he didn't have any money. Amber shows him her financial while he did not show his financial because he didn't have money. He went and borrowed $1 million so him and Amber could get married.
Wait,
Sharon. So if this was my son and I know about the baby, I know about Shayla, trust me, I'm a fair mother. And I would sign the divorce paper and give your wife.
Sharon, I have a question.
Yes.
Sharon, I have a question.
Yes.
If he owns the house and is borrowing against the house, whose money is that?
That is his money.
But when y'all say him never have no money, it sounds as though he was flat broke and Amber came right in and she did all of these things for him. So y'all have to be very careful with that, because if me a house and the house worth $4 million and I have to borrow against the house, it still is coming from the thing that I had before this particular marriage. So I'm gonna make sure someone put that in a context, so that y'all don't just give Amber credits that she not really deserved. I want to give her credits now, but I want you to give her it fairly. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm being fair on you. Here in Canada, if you're married or you're common law and you have a house, if you have debt, they clear out the debts, but it's off. Right. Here in Canada, it's off. So no matter what, if the house is $1 million, whenever they pay all the debts, it is evenly split. It's not like say she's gonna get 20 and him get whatever. It's off. It's split right down the middle. So this is why I said she deserves off, especially his wife have to go through. You know, she have a high risk pregnancy, and Amber should have known that she have high risk. She shouldn't be exercising either. But between Shayla and Anthony, they stress her out. She lose that baby. Then she turn around, lose David. So she lose not one baby, not two babies. And then she lose her best friend, who she take as a sister. So in my book, Amber deserve more than anything. And especially, yes, I would say give her the 50%. That's what she asking for. And I think even if she, the lawyer says, okay, Amber, take 40%. I know Amber would do that. But she's just teaching that little uncle and lesson. And furthermore, if the lawyer is very good and they do a forensic, like I hear everybody is saying, specialist, they remember Ben says Amber is not business savvy enough to notice that the money was taken from the account. So if they get a forensic accountant, they will be able to track that money. And if the court find out Anthony is hiding money, is not only Anthony gonna get in trouble, it's also Ben and Derek.
Yeah.
Right? So at the end of the day, so when people says no, she deserves. She's a good wife, regardless. I know he was angry and said she was a horrible wife, but she Amber deserves the 50%.
So you'd tell your son, give her if your son, you'd give her the 50%.
Yes, I would. Because he would have deserved it.
He should deserve it. Shaman,
he would have deserved losing the 50%. But if he would have deserved losing the 50%. In the pants, then Mother says no, she don't deserve it. But he was a horrible husband to her and to deserve it.
All right.
Shaman, go ahead, Shaman.
Same question. If it is the same scenario as Anthony, yes, I'll tell him to give her the 50% because one, People don't realize that when Anthony came into this marriage, he did not have any money. He went to the bank and he got $1 million just to pay for the wedding, to buy the ring and everything else. When he got a 90 days loan that was up against his house, at 95 days, the bank came calling and he did not have the money to pay. They give him an additional 30 days. At that time, he was married. So whatever money he got the $1 million against the house. So whatever money he got to pay back for that loan was made during the marriage, was now made during the marriage. Anthony was broke. That is why he did not have a prenup, because he could not provide his financials, because you have to provide your financials to show what you are coming in the marriage with before you can sign a prenup. How can you sign a prenup if you're not coming in the marriage with anything? You have to show.
Hold on. Hold on, Shamin. Hold on, Shamin. 1 minute. So before the marriage, there's a scene that I'm looking at. What I saw with, let me just make sure so we're up on the same timeline. What I saw with what he's saying is that he basically had some amount of money, but he lost money by betting on the things with Phil and Jay. So let me just make sure that is clear. In other words, it's not that him do again. I want to make sure y'all know.
He lost his money. He lost his money. Yes, he lost his money. So therefore, he did not have the money that he had. When Anthony, listen, you guys, Anthony's a scammer. From day one, when Anthony came into Skitland, he told Rolanda and Wayne that he has $30 million to invest. Remember, he said he has $30 million. He came in as an investor. He had $30 million to invest. When the time came for him to give them the money, he said he has $3 million to give them. Wayne asked him, but I thought you said you had $30 million. And as usual, him give them some cockamamie story. As usual, Anthony always have a story to tell. So he did not have $30 million. He had $3 million, but he exaggerated the amount to $30 million. So when he lost the $2 million, he did not have any money left. You have $30 million to invest, and you lost what, $2 or $2.5 million or whatever, and you went broke. Tell me how that makes sense. How did that make sense? So he did not actually have any money to do a prenup because he could not show his financials. And if you cannot show your financials to say you're coming into the marriage with this, or that, Amber show her financials. Amber show her financials. Anthony did not. So everybody's talking. He did not. He could not have no prenup. After he borrowed the money from the bank, and the bank came calling because he borrowed. Okay, when the guy went into Anthony's account and he started to say, okay, give me your social number again, because he could not believe that those were Anthony's account. They were not even in 4 figures. He was broke. And the guy said, but there's nothing in these accounts. His cars were mortgaged already, because the guy said, I can't even use your cars because those are held against other things already. You understand? So when Anthony went to the bank to borrow the money before he got married, he was broke. After he got married and the bank came calling, that was when he got some money. I think Rolanda put some money into a deal that he was doing with Wayne, and he and Rolanda did a deal behind Wayne back. That was how he got back on his feet. Amber was home holding down all the things that was going on at the house. Ro did not know that he almost lost the house.
Yeah.
Amber did not know that he almost lost the house. Nobody knew except Josh from the bank. He got back the money and he said, Josh.
You have a note here on the board. So someone says he lost his liquid money. He had the rest of it tied up in other assets.
He said when Rolanda asked him, he said to Rolanda, this is what he said. If you want to go back and look, and Rolanda said, no money. And he said, well, he have a little money.
I'm coming, Mom.
It's going out as soon as it comes in, it goes back out in bills. And when Coco asked him, because when he told Coco, and Coco said, I don't understand, you don't have no money. And he said, yes, he have a little thing here and a little thing there. Those were assets, but he did not have any Okay, you have assets. Why were you not selling your assets to have your money? Why did you go to the bank to borrow, almost lose your house, if you had assets that you could draw from? If I have assets, I have a house in Jamaica, and if something go wrong and I'm going to sell my house in Jamaica, why am I going to go borrow money from the bank to pay interest and all of that? And I can outsell the house from Jamaica because there's equity in there.
Good question. So let me answer that real quick. So I understand those assets. He may be talking, and that's why I said I'm gonna have to look into what y'all are saying. Just a little bit more, because when he says assets, it might not be it might be that I invest in a syndicate. If I sometimes invest in a syndicate and the syndicate says that I'm not able to pull this money out in 5 years, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to get the money back. Yeah. You understand? Or like a REIT investment, for example, because I've invested in a couple of REITs as well too. You can't get the money back there, and you have to wait until whenever you get the what you call it, the dividends or whatever it is off of it, but you can't get the money out. So really, it's kind of dead cash. It's just going to be whenever they send you that check, they send you that check. But basically, as far as it's there, you're not able to liquidate it. You can't liquidate it. The contract says you can't liquidate it. So it could be, and that's kind of maybe that's what Malcolm is talking to. It could be that he wrapped a bit too much of the assets out there. Because one of the things I'm looking at is, and it's a question, when we talk about what's going on now, right? We talk about what's going on now, but how does Anthony come back and say Anthony have money in places that we not even dream of? That's also another indication. Scammer.
Because he's a scammer.
Hold on. We don't know it to be man. If we don't know it,
O'Neil, we're confident to that. We have all the evidence.
We don't know what kind of scamming and that for, but okay.
O'Neil, we're confident.
No, because I'm moderating
a scammer. That's why I don't want nobody in business.
Look here. If you ask me, yes, Anthony is a businessman. He's a very shrewd and sometimes very, very. So it can present as being shady. It can present he's a shark, and sharks are generally like that, like a Kevin O'Leary. When they ask for ridiculous offers, that's what Anthony reminds me of, like Kevin O'Leary. When he does some of the things that he does, he's very Kevin O'Leary, when he's a shark. So he tries to get as much as he possibly can. I don't know. But hey, y'all say my scammer, I know what the scam is yet. So I'm still trying to look for what the scam is, right? So that's all the idea is. My question that I'm gonna give to you, let me just throw this over to Anthony. Let me throw it over to you, Anthony. Now come back to you again. And I super chat. Let me read the super chat. Rose sold an investment property that they had together to help Anthony to get back his house. That's one.
No, it was not to get back his house. It was a payroll. What Ro had.
The payroll.
Okay, Ro bought into some investment that with Wayne when they went to Miami and he didn't have the money, and the investment fall through, and they got another opportunity, and Ro funded him the money for that investment, and when the whole thing with him and Amber came to the house for him and all that, Ro asked him back for the money. And Ro said, okay, we have that property, the one that they bought behind Wayne's back. You remember that property that Wayne ultimately sued them and lost? That was the property Ro said, we are going to sell that property. It was like $2.something million. And he paid Ro back the $500,000 that Ro had loaned him and paid the thing for the house. Whatever money he got from that, he paid Ro and paid for the house. Yes, that's what he did.
No problem. That's what he did. Anthony, I'm going to ask you a question in this. Real quick, give me one moment. Let me read a couple comments and ask you some questions. So a lot of forensic going on right here, right now. So let me just read some comments first. I love that you all went back to look at the past. The rest need to call you for a refresher. They have gone off course. Yes, they have, because they've given so much information that they're over the place. So Anthony didn't have it. Anthony didn't have anything. Either way, only the dividends on the money he would have invested in that would have still been money made during the marriage. I love forensic period. By the way, Angela Phillips, I hope that you get better. I hear that you're battling a little bit. Angela Phillips, I want to know that you're here at the channel. Blessings are with you. We want you to get stronger and stronger. Keep watching us and laugh, because laughter is the best medicine that they say. So make sure you're laughing as much time as possible. Angela Phillips, we love you here from O'Neil TV. Just letting you know that. Then Mommy says, tomato versus tomato, we need liquid funds to live. Exactly. Right with Anthony. Tina, because he knows he's crooked. Somebody said crooked. Business borrow money. Businesses borrow money that they can write off. He's bored. Money from he borrowed money from Rolanda. He borrowed money from somebody else. Everyone confused. We're all confused at this point. His liquid, it was exhausted. All he had was assets. Anthony said he's literally had nothing. I'm reading y'all's comments this evening real fast. I hate the scammers and fraud. We don't know if I'm a scam about the Charlie said for me. I have to take what you say. What I'm getting is that Anthony may have some money before marriage, but not as much as he has now, which is made during the marriage.
Exactly.
Tina, Anthony needs psychiatric help. Top of the class, he knows how to get the money. Anthony is a liar and a scammer. Me don't want to find out him a scammer.
O'Neil, of course he's a scammer. O'Neil, the man is a scammer. He came into the skit when he has $30 million to invest.
God, $30 million.
$30 million to invest. If he was not a scammer, and that is how he scam Wayne and Rolanda to get into their business.
Go watch.
$30 million, and then the
send him the link so we can see. If you guys can share the link, share the link.
Share the link.
Send it to him. I think O'Neill's email, whatever you can.
She's going to find it. Sharon, go and look for
just forward it to me.
When Anthony told Wayne they had $30 million.
Hold on. I think he tons of money recently, right, Jarina? Anthony is a professional scammer. Anthony and Daniel husband are scamming. We're in college days. Yes, O'Neil. What scam do they keep referring to? I don't know yet, Malcolm, but I guess I'm gonna find out.
The theater was a scam.
It doesn't matter.
The theater was a scam.
And Amber stood up and helped him to acknowledge that because he didn't have it. So it's whatever she asks for, she deserves. Yes, Shami, why am I back here tonight? Because it's scamming hard. I go hard tonight. Yes, Jarina, Rolanda lent Anthony's money, loan Anthony money. He went broke for making a poor investment deal. Yes, Anthony is shady. It was Wayne's theater that kept him afloat, and he still turned around and stabbed Wayne in the back. O'Neil.
He did.
Oh boy, thank you, Jordan, for the super chat. Let's see. We can only go by what we have seen in Skit and showed us via the convo with the bank that Anthony was broke. All right, no problem. Hey, no worries. Allow the son to do whatever it is that he wants to do. Bonzo says Amber paid for the investment in bar 44. Amber did it all. All right, so this is a question. No problem, ma'am. Angela Phillips. This is a question for you, Antoinette. So, how much money Amber put in at this? And after this, Ashley, get ready for this because you're the next person up. How much money Amber put in? Because everybody makes
you want the money or you want the money or you want the percentage average? What you want, the money or
I want how much you think she put in? Money. How much money?
And where I would probably say,
go ahead.
I'd probably say, I say probably 10 million.
Amber put in $10 million.
Whoa.
I was thinking 10 million. I would say probably $500,000. That's $500,000. That's $500,000. Not that much. I don't know how much. Not that. I'll probably say $500,000. No.
No, if just give me a number, I'm gonna go to Ashley next. So Ashley can get a number as how much you think Amber put in, because this is the argument right here.
You talking about? Are you talking about during the marriage or before?
During the marriage. No, it can't come before. Before she do her own.
I would say 250,000. Put it that way.
250K.
Okay. Where are you getting it from?
She helped him out when he was broke.
Mm-hmm.
She did some upgrade to the house with probably some of her money. Probably she bought her own. She helped him out when he needed help. That's why I said 250,000.
50K. Okay.
That's what I would say.
What?
Okay.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Ashley, you could. No worries. Ashley, go first, and then one journey after.
Maybe between 300,000, 400,000. Here's my thing. She went back into the marriage, and that's they're going to side eye her a little bit when this gets to court, because it's not going to go to mediation, because they're not going to come to an agreement in that. So we already know it's going to go to the courts. And my thing is, I'm an Amber fan. I just want to make that clear. But I don't agree with everything she say or do. Okay, and I I I I stand by what I said. I believe she deserves something, but no, I don't believe she deserves 50%. I stand by that. It has not been it hasn't even been 8 years, so I think it's ridiculous. And my thing is that they're going to side eye her, because the thing is, she could have walked away with more if she just continued with the divorce. Why did she go back? And I think that's the question that people are still like questioning, just to get a divorce again, file for divorce again. You know what I'm saying? It's they're not, that doesn't look good on her, and people are saying because, well, because she thought there was nothing else better out there. And that's true. And then there's the well, it's the lifestyle, and if we're saying it's the lifestyle, then there's your answer to, the money. It's another reason why she went back. So we're saying that she didn't need his money, then why she admitted a month ago to Ernestine, well, it's for the lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? So she's saying all these bunch of things, and a lot of the fans are confused. I would like to know what is the main reason, and stick with that. What is the main reason why she's getting a divorce? It's what I want to know. And then stick with that when you go to court, because you're going to have to explain yourself when you go to court, the reasoning behind this, so that's my stance on that. But I would say going into the marriage, maybe between 300,000, 400. Yeah.
300,000, 400,000. Okay. One journey. Give me one moment. Let me read a couple of comments and let me get you right in there.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Some people says another Amber. Okay? They were saying something. I believe Amber had the money, but not as much as Anthony. Don't forget the money that PR is holding that he took from the theater. Anthony put all of his money in bar 44. I think she put some money in there. Whatever Amber put in, she's able to grow it, so she deserves half, if not more. Okay, so say she puts in $400,000. Then okay, so let's give her 800,000. That is still less than whatever they have told us that them have far. That's where the problem is coming in. Angela A, I believe Anthony has been scamming for years. That's okay. He started scamming argument. Don't get only load. Anyway, it was never how much Amber paid into the marriage. Well, it has to be, because people are saying she's put her money into the things. And they see, that's what I'm going to say. People, that's why I only get confused sometimes, because they all say, well, she should get all this because she put this in. And then O'Neill says, well, all right, how much you put into it? Because I want to know how much money did you actually put into it, so I know exactly. Okay, well, you know what, that makes sense, or but that's where I'm kind of confused. Go ahead, one journey. Go ahead. You know what? Get into it.
Okay.
One journey.
Someone said, well, why are you getting a divorce? Well, in the state of Georgia, you need to prove that your spouse did something wrong. Something wrong just doesn't mean he beat me. Something with physical. It could be verbally. It could be how he doesn't stand up for you, protect you. It's the state is no fault divorce status. So she can say to the judge, I never felt protected. I never felt chosen. I never felt wanted. And then he fell in love with my best friend, had a baby, blank. It's the statement the judge wants to know. He just want to know why. What's been going on? The second thing, in the state of Georgia, I live in Georgia. I grew up in New York, but I live in Georgia. In Georgia, there is a no fixed. You can say 50%, but guess what? The judge can make it 75-20. Because they look at something called conduct. How do you conduct yourself? Are you a gentleman? Are you a lady? How do you conduct yourself? Not just in character. We always tell women, even Michelle Obama, her mother told her, first choose character, not his looks, not her looks. It has to be character first, because that will take you a long way. And anyway, so let's go back to the second point, and then I'm going to close. It's in the state of Georgia, it's a no fixed or mandatory percentage. You know what that means? They're going to look at how the tree grew during the marriage. How did the tree grow? And what died on the tree? What limb fell off?
Oh, wow.
Well, the limb that fell off was Anthony and the baby and the this, and Anthony and the financial up and down and how she balanced them out. So it has to be, there's no fixed amount. You can say 50, but the judge will make the final decision, and he's going to look to conduct. That's why when we saw this former snake, Amber, former snake, she was in that snake community, goes to this man in a revealing outfit, bending herself over, and all kind. A man is visual. He's already had the pum pum in his mind because the way he bend her over and shift this and move the parts around.
That is correct. That is exactly correct.
He's already pumped it. Okay?
That's
and
correct.
Guess what? He might not respect her because he has already pumped it. Even when
That's
you're
correct.
online, when I'm online and I'm gaming, I have to be careful. I may be 65, but I'm still pumpable. You get what I'm saying? Pumpable? Okay?
Yes,
So
yes.
what I'm saying to
Oh my God.
you never know how a man views a woman. It's not about age. It's about her charisma, her style, her grace, the way she smells. He's thinking totally different than women are thinking. I want to know, brother, can you take care of me? I'm like, Shayla, fix this. Okay? I got my degrees, blah, 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 but I may not want to work. So what are we going to do? All right. So here goes back to the forensic accountant. It is so important. And people are going to pay for this. And it can be very costly. Okay? Especially how deep they have to go. Because people that like to hide, they're not hiding their money on Wall Street. That's not how they're doing it. Remember, we just came out of, I'm going to end on this. We just came out of 4 major things. Even a social media. She's married to this rap thing, Jazzy. I can't remember his name. Some J, I can't remember. And he's married to this Oriental chick, and they were doing all kinds of bad stuff during their divorce. It didn't work in her favor. It didn't work in his favor. So, what I'm saying to you is that you cannot move on emotion or what you saw. I like the 3 detectives because they went back and they found the evidence.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. And I also like my friend that told me to share my petals with split in half. You can have some, and now Amber wants to share the petals. Oh, you can have some, and you can have some, and you can have some. And then he said, women are on such a high pedal, but yet he wants the pedestal to come off the pedestal and let's share it.
Let's hear it up. All right, I'm going to get you in, Shami. Let me read a couple comments. Let me get you in there. All right, so Carrie says, let me make sure I'm reading from people. You wanna bet there will be a divorce. Someone says Anthony will put the rest of his money along with Amber had, so I think he would have been a second partner. And someone says that's why I always say Amber isn't putting herself in a position for Dave to respect her because of how she is revealing how much of her personal life she has, and she hasn't divorced yet. No good foundation. That's actually that makes sense. Someone was saying that before. But people might be judging Amber. Yes, she likes Dave, but does she want him to be her man? Well, I don't know. She's showing that. But hey, well, I don't know.
She's definitely showing that.
I'm gonna let you respond. Don't worry, I'm gonna let you Ari. Vanswell, did Amber have an illegitimate child? She was involved in marriage with another man. No. Aunt messed up. That's what she says. Jazzy was the person they're talking to. Brittany was the best lawyer. Best thing Amber did was to behave during the marriage. That is what will be looked on during the divorce and what will hurt Anthony. That's why I'm gonna say I hope she doesn't touch Dave, because if she does, it's going to look weird. Anthony treats Amber like less than a side chick and Shayla like a queen. He protects everyone except Amber. She lost 2 children. There's no amount in the world that can get that he can give her for that. All right. And then last comment is Amber. I believe Amber wants her peace and happiness that she had before she accepted Anthony back. And Anthony has not kept up with Amber really wants in a husband, emotionally and spiritually. Here's my only take. When y'all give me this, which is that she lost these babies, someone said something to me. Someone says, O'Neill, how do you know it wasn't a geriatric pregnancy? And they have a point, because we don't know. Then somebody says, but yes, she was stressed out. Then I said, well, she was stressed out. Then I also said, and Charmin, I'm going to give you the floor. So, and then I'm going to give Sharon news after you. Then I also said, Shayla cannot be spoken of in a vacuum, because the truth of the matter is Anthony was trying. He was very happy when Amber had that baby, but Shayla kept pestering him, and Shayla kept doing things to make him do the other things to Amber. So it's not like it's in a vacuum either. And who is responsible for Shayla?
Sorry.
Amber. So people can't make it look like it's not them girl responsible. So really and truly, so okay, all I'm saying is this. I don't mind give flack, deserves it, but don't talk about it like it's in a vacuum. And that's why I keep saying Shayla is an integral piece into it. Look at right now. Right, what's going on right now? Yesterday we see her up on the porch with Shayla baby in her hand, doing whatever the deal is, and you know, she laying out whatever she laying out to Shayla. What happened by the evening? Shayla laying out her thing in front of Anthony. The same thing. So that's my only little issue with it. Nonetheless, Charmaine, let me come out from my soapbox. Get into it. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you can find this skit, it says Wayne tells Mike Anthony got big money. That is the one where Anthony was talking about his 30 million and 45 million investment.
Charmaine?
Yeah?
What's the name of it? Let me pull it
says
Wayne Anthony. O'Neill, I put the links them in the chat for you.
Yes, I'm getting them. I'm going to have to make some. I'm gonna make a montage of them. The ones you're doing, put them in the chat for me, because I'm gonna make sure.
Already did. Give me that name, Charmaine.
It says Wayne tells Mike Anthony got big money.
But go ahead, when you're done, Charmaine, go right ahead into it.
Okay, so my whole thing is,
how much money you put in? Firstly, how much money you put in? How much money you think Amber put in?
Amber? We don't know. There was nothing in the skit saying she puts any money, what money she put in there. There was only one thing that says she put her money with Anthony money in a joint account when she told Daniel that. She said whatever money she had, she put it in the same account with Anthony's, in a joint account. She did not mention
how much. And then, I mean, answer this question, because Miss Fatal gave a super chat. Miss Fatal, thank you for the super chat. She says, how much did she get from the sale of bar?
Nobody knew, because Anthony did not. They did not disclose that. They only said that they were selling their portion. Their portion of the club. So nobody disclosed how much money they made from that.
Well, let me ask you this. How much money they put in?
Okay, so the guy had told them, I think Amber wanted to put in, at the beginning, she said she have 125. I'm not sure. But then when Phil get Anthony to invest, I think she and Anthony invest the same amount of money, because she was putting the money. So she was going to be 50-50 partner with the other two guys. Because I remember she said to them, I'm not going to invest all that money, and I'm not equal partner with you guys. Because she was putting
it was how much was it? 120, 50? How much was the money?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and check. But I know when she was originally investing, it was just she and the two guys when she had that meeting with both of them. And she said to them, no, 50-50, because I'm investing the same money that you are asking to invest, that you guys are investing. So it has to be a 50-50. And then Anthony get involved. And I think whatever money she had, she cut hers into, and Anthony put his on there. But they both invested in bar 44.
Okay. I wanted to answer that because Miss Fatal asked that question, and I wanted to make sure.
I don't know how much money they made from it.
Okay, no problem. Get right into it.
Money they made from it, but I know they both invested 50-50 in bar 44. Did you find the link, Sharon? Did you find it?
I already put in the chat.
Okay. So if you want to open that, you will see where Anthony's talking about, and I tell you he's a scammer. Just watch that and see if he's not a scammer. Watch it and see. If I'm telling any lie, he's a scam. He was a scammer when he came into skit.
Scam artist.
Yes,
He's a
big time
Scam artist.
Look like him used to live at Jamaica one at a time.
O'Neil.
Yeah, leave it. Go ahead. Yes.
The last one I sent you, do not open it on your channel. Open it live. Off live, because that one is somebody else's. They have on YouTube. When Anthony went to the bank, but everything else is from Kountry Wayne. But the last one is not.
You find the one where he was talking about the $30 million.
Yes, it's before this one. Yeah. So
which one is
all
it?
of them now.
I have them. I'm going to have to go into them because I'm going to look in at it. Boy, I'm going to tell you, you know.
Yeah, but I want the viewers on your chat tonight to see what I'm talking about. Oh, Anthony was a scammer.
Okay, not the last one, the one before the last one.
The one, all right. Well, chat, give me one moment, chat, because basically it's a scamming day, basically.
The last one, you have to be careful, not the one before.
Hold on, Sean. Let me discuss the scam, because the scamming seems like it not going to go away. You know.
Yes, based on the conversation, you think he's a scammer. Based on the conversation,
Which one? Which one may I look for? Give me the scamming video.
Hold on. Not that last one. Hold on.
Cover me, Lord. Cover me, Lord. Because
the one where he is talking to
929. Click the one for 921.
921. Give me one minute. Let me look.
My time.
See, I don't see the time on there. Is that with him and Mike together?
Yes, him and Mike.
When and Mike was talking.
All right, so it is on someone else's channel, but I will try to see if I can. I'm gonna probably credit the creator. Okay, give me just one more.
I thought that was Kountry Wayne. Sorry.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. No, it's Kountry Wayne's thing, anyways. I mean, hey, not like you can. Yeah, like you can own it. You can't really own the content. You know what I mean? So it's okay. It's fine. I mean, yeah, you can't own Kountry Wayne content. This is what it is. His content. He decides, Right, let me try to get the scamming video up, because if I don't put up put up the scamming video, I'm gonna be in trouble. You understand? So Ashley, hold on. Let me put up the scamming video, Ashley. If I'm gonna put up the scamming video, if I'm gonna put up the scamming, is this the scamming? I'm gonna try to pull the scamming up for them. Give me one moment, audience. We are trying to pull up the scamming. Is this a scamming?
Yeah.
Alright, so I want to show where I see it in this.
All right, it's in there. If you
all right, let's go. Let's do it, friends. Let's do it.
He got it. Brother got paper. He work. Where does brother work at?
Well, listen, he's got the residential, he's got some industrial, he's got a couple properties in Buckhead, but really, where he's been.
I also have a small $45 million investment in Buckhead, and
45.
Even small $30 million investment in Sandy Springs. Probably get you $30 million. So you got
30 million. You said 40.
Hold on.
You said a house. Honey, this is an estate.
I call it home. So this ain't no Airbnb. This is yours. Like you said, your partner's an investor. This is mine. I bought this when I made my first $10 million.
His first 10 million.
You made your first 10 million. Yeah. Man, he just invested, man.
Okay, so this is the scamming thing. Where this is the scam.
Listen, if you have so much money and you went broke within a year, Anil, come on. Tell me, you have a 45 million investment in Buckhead. You have a 30 million investment somewhere else, and you can invest 30 million. That's what he tell Wayne. He can invest 30 million in the business. And in a year he went broke. In a year he went broke. He had to go borrow $1 million to get married. Anil, come on.
So when I use this as the
of course.
Let me ask the chat. Hold on, let me ask the chat.
Let's see what the fans say.
Let's see what the chat say. Let's see what the chat say. Does this Prove that Anthony is a
No
scammer.
way.
Oh,
In
my
one year, you have all of that money and you went broke in 1 year from $1-2 million bad deal that went bad.
Hold on, Charmin. Let me pull the chat in this chat. This is up to you. Only let's go into step back. Does this prove that Anthony is a scammer? Let's take a vote on it. And I don't even want to know. I don't even want the regular voting.
Scammer and a liar. Liar. If he's not a scammer, he's a liar.
So here we go. Here we go. Here, there's something else. Here we go. Laverne says, okay, me know Laverne about the yes. So me know the Laverne one on the people them when say yes to. Y'all about to be shocked. Oh my God, Mr. Daddy is not breathing. All right, he may be a scammer, but it's definitely a liar. Yes, somebody says these women don't even believe them, don't believe themselves. Absolutely. Play the other skits Sharon linked. Hold on. Again, he didn't have any liquid money. He wasn't going to. Boy, he wasn't going to ask for money to eat dinner. He's a scammer and a liar. I'm reading the comments. What happened to all the properties? Them exactly. No, he's a scammer and a snake. Yes, absolutely.
He got those
Wayne must be laughing his tail off because Wayne tell it for a joke. Lies, yes. Yes, when I said the man a scammer, they didn't just say the man a scammer. Why? Listen to me. It feels like it sounds like he should be talking like this. Like what's the matter? Hey, it sounds like you're talking like he is telling you that he is going to do something else. Hey,
Anil,
what is the reason?
If you came into a skit where you have property value 45 million,
he has those properties.
Investment value 30 million, and you have 30 million to invest in a business. And in 1 year, you could not even afford your wedding. In a year, you couldn't afford your wedding. Come on,
but Shami, but my question is, if Brittany had found so much money, my question is, how
because
he
he's a
so much money so fast?
Scammer.
What is a scam? What is a scam, though, Shami? Me have to know what a scam is.
Imam Ben and Darren are all scammers. The three of them are scammers.
Scammer.
Anil, play the last video we just put in.
Lord, boy, I said the chat.
Play the last video there. Play the last video, Anil.
I'm gonna play the last video because
that's why I don't want nobody forgetting I'm business. You see how quick him when him here say the financials, them need the financials.
Yeah, they didn't do a subpoena.
Him salmon, him dry salmon, and him him full up the waffle with whipped cream because he did not want anybody to pull him up.
Here's the video. Here's the video y'all are asking about. So this is what you're asking about, right? The foreclosure.
Yes.
All right. So let me put up the foreclosure.
Yeah, no, I'm good for this. I know the old you. I don't know this version of you. You know, driven this at him. What's wrong? I just need time. Just a little bit more time, man. I got some stuff on the table that could put me back, but I just need a little more time. If you can do anything, I promise you will have your money. The bank out there and we'll be in good standing again. Could you just please? I don't think that we can put anything else on the table because they're gonna collect those chills. Okay, but let me come inside, have a little drink, and see what I can get. About that, I can't let you inside the house. You can't let me inside.
This is what y'all are talking about. This is which part to get on the stories from. Let me keep kicking because boy, y'all something else. Oh, nice. He didn't even have 4 figures in his account. This is my problem with the no one is saying, but my problem is this. Hold on. My problem with the scamming and the money is this. They still try to ask how he makes so much money so fast. So in other words, because when it says a scam, what type of scam it is in my run? That's what I want.
I don't know why man Darren why man Ben doing because man Ben was doing it. But, okay, so let me ask you a question, O'Neill. Brittany did not say how much money there was. All Brittany said they found accounts and she said to Amber, he has way more money than we thought he had. It could be $3 million. It could be $50. We don't know how much money it was because they did not mention it. You understand what I'm saying? So we can't say it was millions of dollars. He has asset other places that they did not know about. We did not get the amount of money that they were talking about. She only tell Amber that you are going to be a rich woman because we are going to go for it. He was even borrowing money off of his 401k in one of the video. One of the video when Amber came in the kitchen the same time when he fainted, he was there trying to get money out of his 401k. So come on, a man with 45 million property and 30 million and he went broke in a week, in a year, and couldn't even pay for 250,000 when he had to go borrow money for that.
Ashley jumping because Charmin, I feel she can't level me up in the night. I mean,
level you up. We are telling facts.
She can level me down. Ashley, please, go. Give me.
Well, what I got from that is that he has properties and he's hiding properties, and I believe that. She needs to do another subpoena, and she needs to find out what he's hiding. You know, she's been Amber, I just need her to not be naive, you know, and really dig into this, because I do think he's hiding a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so she needs to have the lawyer do another subpoena. And I think we're going to see a difference between the files with Brittany and we're definitely going to see a lot more. So I think if Anthony is smart, he should show everything that he has. You know, and if not, they're going to definitely do an investigation and find out what he's actually hiding. You know,
the scammer. And if this is scammer money, actually, wouldn't Amber be up for going to jail then? Maybe when a girl need to go to jail because
Amber don't know anything about it. Amber don't know anything about it.
Damn, Bam O'Neill.
Then if you lock up Amber because she's been spending this scammer money. Listen, Shami, don't think you now come escape this easy today. When you carry the receipt come, make sure when you carry the receipt, you don't know only ask questions. If this is scammer's money. If this is scammer money, oh, she has spent the scammer money then so. That means you're going to jail.
Anil, it's that she don't know where the money is coming from. She said her husband upon phone every day doing this. He's a businessman.
And she has
so he's on his phone every day making money.
And she has spent it.
So why not spend it? She did not. She don't know. You see, you have to provide evidence that she knew where the money was coming from. You would have to provide that evidence for her to get into problem. She's not aware of it.
Ashley, let me get to you first, and then I'll go over to one journey. Can she be caught up? Ashley,
can she be caught up?
Yes, because she has spent scammer money basically at this point in time. Never gonna live with what this is.
No, I don't know. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening for Amber. Nah. The only way she's gonna be caught up is if she would be caught up if she slipped through with Dave. That's how she's gonna be caught up. That's how he can get a one up on her if he catch her messing around. And I don't want her to do that.
Right.
I don't want her either. You don't want her that neither. One thing I'm gonna get you in here. Let me read some comments because the chatter go crazy. And them upset. She's married to Anthony. He's protecting her because Amber's name on their account. Simply, yes. Anthony doesn't have as much money as he has. Well, Brittany tell we say he have money. We don't know. The wife is going to
did not say he have money.
Going to jail. Only you cannot be serious. Miss Grant, them woman and scammer. So only just say, well, them say Anthony and scammer. So if my scammer, I'm just saying that the wife may be complicit because she has spent the scammer money in Birkin bags and Chanel and she had Louis Vuitton store. She was dressing up her house. That's all only saying, not the 401k. Amber is the wife and she knows where all the bodies are buried.
No.
Amber's name.
No, she don't.
Not on those assets. She refuses to add into all their accounts. Look how long he's been with Ben and been doing this for quite some time. Ben has been helping him. So basically, them buying to the scamming argument, We can't do this. O'Neill, you're mad at Amber. No, I'm not upset. I'm just saying, I don't know if she has if this is she involved in the scam. You know what? One Journey, get involved. One Journey, get involved. This scamming money, can she be locked up for this scamming?
Hey guys, yes, guys. Yes, if you have a mob wife, if you have a mob husband, or if you're running around with D and D hasn't, and D is spending money on you and putting you in holes or whatever D is doing, yes, 2023, it's over. You're married to this man, you're enjoying this lifestyle, and you never stop to say, babe, how do we make this? Babe, you sold the theater for how much, and what are we gonna do with that money? She doesn't know. He wouldn't share that with her. So here you are. It says, yes, a wife can absolutely be caught up in the husband's scamming of financial fraud, leading to severe financial loss and legal jeopardy. So she's talking, divorce. You don't even know what you have in the house. You don't even know what this cat is. A cat used to be like a cool man in the street, right? Anyway, even if the wife is unaware of her husband's specific fraudulent act, she can still be held liable for damages, particularly for following the 2023 Supreme Court ruling. Listen, yes. Now, here is, and those, let me tell you, Shayla, you too, because you took money. So it's just not Amber, it's a lot of people around him he may have touched with the money. Did he touch Wayne with the money? Did he touch Roe with the money? So a scammer it's not exclusive just to him. It can affect a lot of people. So we don't want that kind of umbrella to come, but it might already be there. How is she going to get out of it? She's going to have to fight with her own lawyer to get out of it. If yes, indeed, he and Ben and Darren got something going on, and Darren is constantly building homes with whatever he has because he has to show he's actually did something with the money and resold it. So it's flipping, turning, flipping, and it's just money laundering. So I don't want us, one thing we say on the O'Neill show is that one thing we say on the O'Neill show and some other shows is that we don't want to move with just emotional thoughts. We want to move intentionally and intelligently. The majority of the people that are part of the Kountry Wayne audience, they're educated people. You know, I have friends that have their own agencies, all kinds of agencies, you know, and they're there and they're very wise. And they say, I know, so it go, you know, sorry. They say that's not how it goes. So one thing we always say here is just don't have an opinion. I think. You need to go pull the facts. Is Amber in danger? And I like what the other host said. She says, look, she can't be caught up and go into this man's house and caught up, and then it does look bad on her. She has to check that foundation. So we're not just talking about Anthony's shenanigans. She doesn't need to join the shenanigans, but she's comfortable in the snake community. She wants to go and do rub downs with them and do spa days with them. So on this channel, we really want you to focus on what we're doing here, not just the three detectives that I like, you know, that I talked about earlier, which is Nanya Sis, Sharon Reviews, okay, and Charmaine. So not just the three detectives, and I like the three detectives a lot. Okay, so here we go. I haven't been here that long to even know those old videos. But what we want you to do is to stand with truth and justice with critical thinking. If you're a woman in your home, you know where the kids hide things. Come on. So if they're doing drugs, you know exactly that baseboard that's loose that has the marijuana in it. You know exactly what they're up to if they're already what, you got money? Oh, Uncle did it. Oh, okay. You're gonna check their men always forget their pants and stuff in their jackets and whatever. I don't know why. But yes, we have to have critical thinking. It cannot be emotionally based. I think. Forget thinking. Find how it goes. Okay? Find out, sorry about that. Find out how it goes.
I'm gonna jump you in Sharon Reviews. I'm gonna put you in after one journey. Somebody is on you, please stop speaking these things.
I'm done,
Take what you say. You finished. They said please stop taking these things because they might just write this. See, that's why I'm asking about the scamming, because if we don't put the scamming in there, they may just start to bring things to the character I don't like. I want to say, O'Neal, when O'Neal starts coming, I say, O'Neal, and you know, they say, boy, I mean, O'Neal cannot get a break. If O'Neal,
the theater sale was, look, think about the theater sale.
Mm-hmm.
Think about what Anthony was talking to Ben about. Ben got $1 million off the top. Wayne and Rolanda did not even know about that. Only Anthony know. $1 million straight off the top.
But that's not scamming. That is like
scamming.
No, because that is like.
But he did not close that information. It was not disclosed.
Correct, but I'm gonna give you what it is, and then Sean reviews. I'm gonna let you get them. I make you respond for a Sean, then I make you go Sean reviews. So that reminded me of something called good God, wholesaling. So if you know wholesaling, right? Where you are the owner of a house, Sean reviews wants to buy your house, okay? And I realize that Sharon will buy your house. I get a contract with you, and I say, you know what, Charmin, sell me this house for $100,000. I go to Sharon and Sharon, I now have the contract for this house, and I'm willing to sell you the house for $150,000. You hear that? So I made $50,000 in between, and you get your $100,000. Does that make sense?
But that's not how the deal went. That's not how the deal went.
But in other words, what I'm saying is the deal was like that. In other words, whatever it is that them, yeah, man, that's what whatever money you're talking about.
Ben bring the offer to the table. He brought the offer to the table. $8 million or whatever it was. And then he said, he's taking, Anthony said, okay, so your commission, whatever. And he said, no, I'm taking $1 million off the top. Wayne did not know that. If Wayne knew, it was Wayne, all of them theater. The other two did not know that. So that was something they were supposed to disclose. So I call that scamming.
All right, no problem, Shaman. The only thing is that in the wholesale world is not scamming. That's
not wholesale anything. How is it wholesale if Ben did not buy the theater from them and then nobody bought the theater? They took it straight from the three of them. So that's not a wholesaling thing.
So what I'm saying, Shaman, in wholesaling, you're really buying. You're like a middleman in between the two things. It's not really very complicated. You're just making the money in between the middle. You can go to the seller, right? If you can go to the seller and you can broker a deal with the seller, then you can get it at a particular price. Go to the buyer, and you allow the buyer to pay the in between that you're trying to make.
I understand.
You can make as much as you. And I'm saying that's exactly what they did.
They didn't
work the deal. That's what the deal is. The deal is like that. That's why they made the money. Or else, where did the money come from?
Ben came with the offer. Ben got the deal from a man. I don't know. We don't even know who the man was. And the man said, "Okay, I'm offering $10 million for the theater, whatever it was." Ben came and told Anthony, "Okay, somebody's offering $10 million." And Anthony said, okay, fine, no problem, blah, blah, blah. So your commission is what? And he said, no, I'm taking $1 million off the top. Now there is 9 million.
Right.
Now there is only 9 million left. And the 9 million, that is all Anthony disclosed. That the person who bought the theater paid 9 million for it. He did not say pay 10. He paid 9. So they don't even know Ben make that's why Wayne said he doesn't trust Ben. Every time Wayne said Ben, Wayne said I don't trust Ben.
So Shamin, that's why I'm telling you that's exactly what wholesaling is.
So
you're going to
all right.
You're just not disclosing that. In other words, you just have the contract. So you take the contract that you have and you go to the buyer, your buyer. This is what I'm trying to do. Most of the times you don't know until you reach basically the closing table. No, them just don't know. Some of the time you don't know at all because the title company is doing it for you. How do I know this? Because only may have done one or two, had to facilitate.
Yes, scammer to O'Neal.
With the theater sale?
No.
Scammer to O'Neal. Jamaica, you come from.
Not a scammer. No, not a scammer.
With the theater.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's how real estate is looked at. Your duty is to try to get the seller what they want and the buyer what they want. if the seller is saying, O'Neill, I will let this house go for $100,000. If I can go sell it for 120, make it for 20, the seller has already given me their price as to what they're willing to release the house for. No, if Wayne not said, I'm willing to release this data for, I'm not willing to release it for more than $10 million, then so be it. They would have had to move that number up. Does it make sense? You're not really, you're not
I don't believe that was what. Anyway.
What if?
You don't believe that? So,
what if the theater?
Never go like that.
What if the theater? Oh,
okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you after Sharon reviews. So,
okay,
so
cool.
Sharon reviews. Sharon reviews. They might talk about the whole idea of this scam. So if it's scamming right now, is your girl liable to go to jail? Because basically we are going on the rabbit hole that she's a scam. Well, that a scam, calling Anthony the scammer, but she's along with it. How that work?
Okay, so Oni, yes, our girl will go to jail, and she'd have to get a lawyer to help her get out of it, because she honestly do not know how much the theater was sell for, because he never discloses that. He's hiding money, and you know something, O'Neill? It just clicked in my head when everybody was reading the chat. Some people, you know, this is why. Who is talking in the background?
No, okay. I got it. It's Antoinette. Antoinette, your mic was coming.
Antoinette, please.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yes. So now, this is the reason why Anthony do not wants to go to take Shayla to court to get custody of the child, because he knows he doesn't want the judge, nobody in his finance. Anthony loves money, and if anybody go poking around, they will find out that is exactly what Charmaine said he is. Ben, Darian, and himself, the three of them will all go to jail because of what they're doing. Look how Darian took 30,000 from Mike, and he make it 10 times. Right? And now he's after Wayne money. So these men, what they're doing is not in the up and up. So yes, Amber can definitely get caught up in Anthony shenanigans, and she doesn't know. And there's a lot of people, they're showing you, there's a lot of people in real life that doesn't know what them wife or the husband is doing, or the boyfriend or girlfriend. They don't know what they're doing. Seriously. And another thing is, pardon me?
Give me one moment, Charmaine. I want to make sure I put this in context so y'all see this. So Miss Fatal, just to go with what you all are saying, my friend helped me to sell a car. I was asking $130,000. Later, well, is it? Oh, I'm reading it wrong. 13,000. I later found out that my friend got $14,000. When I asked for the whole amount, he said 1,000 was his cut.
Wow.
So that's what she was saying. Is basically, in other words, she's kind of giving some alluding to the
that I understand, because she did not know that he was doing that. You understand? And it's the same thing with Ben Nim. It's his cut. He told Anthony that is his cut. But then I'm saying, if that is the case, Wayne and Rolanda were supposed to be privy to that information, and they were not.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But go ahead, Sharon. No worry about Sharon. Trust me, sometimes. Go ahead. I'm gonna come back to you. No question. Go ahead, Sharon.
Okay, come back to me now. Okay. So as I was saying, so Amber can definitely go to jail with all four and the three guys, Anthony, Ben, and Darren. And this is why Darren is building the house, as you said, O'Neill, because they're doing this Ponzi scheme. And that is why my money, what is 30,000, was double 10 times. And Darren wants Wayne money because he says Wayne get 2 million, and he and Lisa discussed that they need Wayne money. I have no idea why. So there is a lot of nuggets the writers are showing us, and of course with your channel, our channel here, O'Neill, they're going to, if they wasn't even thinking about going the way we're, when they see what we're saying, they can just put it in there. And I don't think we should be this smart, Emil, because right now we just give them a nail to put Amber in because they love to get Amber into trouble. But of course, Shayla will always get on and nothing happened to Shayla or Angelina. There's no issues when it come on to them. They just skate on, life free. They don't take accountability for nothing. And Anthony too, he doesn't take accountability for his action because he still hasn't come to the full understanding what his wife is telling him. Says, you're not supporting me, you're not there for me, you're disrespecting me, all of those things. Only and Anthony just can't learn. And you know something, O'Neill? Anthony, you remember when they get back together and she asks him, and the poor says, Anthony, do you want to anywhere in the world you want to go? And he go, he knows exactly what she was saying. But at the end of the day, Amber was not important enough for him. What was important to him is money. And this is why he doesn't want Shayla to go to court. He'd rather give Shayla whatever she wants. And his asset is important to him. And when Amber told him she wants a divorce, what did he do? He all of a sudden remember she wants to go on a vacation. When she says, Anthony, we never get our honeymoon. You took Rolanda, Shayla, and they went on a business trip, right? Instead of a honeymoon. You know why? Because Anthony didn't have the money to pay for a honeymoon. That is why that happened. So at the end of the day, O'Neill, you need to look at all the little nuggets that they did in the past. So they are recycling these things and they're showing us. So we just have to pick sense out of nonsense and just look at it. And then with what Amber is doing, I don't like what they're making her doing because that can come up in the divorce, because it's best if she meet the guy in a public place than at his house doing the exercise. I know him have the gym at the house, but what she's doing is not right now. She has to wait until she get her divorce. If she want to exercise, she have a gym in her house, go downstairs, go exercise. Or you go in a public place where people can see you. But if you keep on leaving your house at 5 o'clock, going to somebody else, 5 o'clock in the morning to go work out, and they come back and tell your husband you want to divorce, sign the paper, whatever, that is unacceptable. Guys, I love Amber, but right now I do not like where I see the writers are writing. Yes, we know that she'll respect her vow, but it doesn't look right. You understand? And if Anthony could be vindictive in following her and then accusing her of having an affair when she's not. This is what I'm saying, because he's sitting down and saying to her today, I see that you're going to the gym at leaving out early, so he can follow her too. Yes, we agree that he and Rolanda used to work out. Yes, he used to touch her and whatever when they're working out to show her what position, yes. But when it comes down to Amber, remember, Amber character, people just don't like her for some reason, even down to the writer, even if she write her own story, she just hate her own character because this woman's supposed to be a woman of God. And we're not seeing that. They just keep on crushing her, and Shayla can sit down there and says, yes, mom, and it's okay. But Amber can't do anything without she getting flagged. The slightest little thing Amber does. And another thing I must say, that if you're gonna get rid of Anthony, get rid of Shayla. I don't like that friendship between Amber and Shayla. I really don't. And furthermore, she should not be that close. I don't care if she want information. Get a private detective to dig up whatever you need. You have the money. Your husband put you on some accounts with some six figures. Don't go it that way. But even the podcast with Wayne not wanting to sign, give them a contract. I don't even think she need to go into that business, but she need to just sell her pies. Her pies, you can put her pie in Walmart, Walgreens, wherever you guys do nothing over there. She can do that and relax herself. Seriously. And just focus on her restaurant. Her restaurant gonna be busy now. She don't need to hang out with no 3 or 4 because she's not. Let Shayla, you say Shayla could have Anthony. Let it be that way, but don't go to Ben's house anymore. Just keep it professional. Although we know it's keeping professional, but it's not looking good, Anil. It's not. That's all I have to say.
Okay, Anil, I need you to pull up something for me right now. I need to find out what is the procedure when you dismiss a divorce petition.
Hold
what
on,
exactly
Shamin.
you need to do?
Shamin, hold on. Give me one moment. Just write down what you have for me. Give me one. Just put it in a private chat. Make sure I put on Antoinette first. You know, I mean, feel like I'm overlooking her. I'm gonna make sure she get her 2 cents in. You want to get in first, Antoinette? Just respond to what
Okay, I just want to say with the theater sale. Okay, you know, remember Ben said it was like a silent partner or somebody nobody knows. Okay, who do Roe have a business relationship with? Wayne, right? Anthony, right? Who stood up at Roe's wedding? Malachi/Stacks. What if he could be that person in the background that sold in the theater? You know, bought the theater from them. Because remember, Roe has ties to Wayne and Anthony in business. And Ben never said who was the person who was buying the theater. They said it was a husband and wife. Because if you remember
with a daughter.
So if you remember when Natasha Rolanda was talking about Kendra and Natasha talking about Monique something brought that to Natasha's attention. And then Natasha had asked Roe in today's skit, do you know by somebody named Monique?
Versus Malik Jones.
And she said that's Malachi middle name. And you know, what's her name? The Braxton lady? Could she have been married to Malachi? You remember that says he had a wife and a daughter buying the theater.
No, it's not Malachi. Trust me, Malachi don't.
Now, I would just suggest. I was just saying because Roe has ties to Wayne and Anthony.
Yeah,
and Ben never said who was the person.
I don't think so because Malachi don't have no $10 million to spend on anything.
Yeah, I would just
barely have the money for the coin. Him is a scammer too. So. Okay.
Everybody a scammer, basically. Everybody at this point, once you do your thing, you're a scam artist. All right,
back to this thing now. I want to know what is the procedure when you dismiss a divorce petition? What exactly?
So you voluntarily dismiss the divorce. What I get is you can voluntarily dismiss it, meaning the plaintiff would have to dismiss it. So Amber would have to dismiss it, which she did. Right? When you dismiss it, it closes out that case in itself, and it will have to start over.
No, you can dismiss it without prejudice, and you can use if you dismiss it without prejudice. If the judge dismiss it, because when I read it, there's a lot of stuff. It goes to the Superior Court. There's a form that you have to fill out. Anthony's supposed to get a certificate to show that it was dismissed. And if it was dismissed without prejudice, then you can reopen that case. I was just told this yesterday by somebody I met at the pool.
Correct. So yeah, you can have those pieces. What they're playing is that this is what they're playing. I'm giving you what they're, unless them come with something different, and unless basically there's something new that we don't know of. What they're playing is basically that they have finished the entire thing in itself. Now they're voluntarily. Amber says, you know what? I'm going to get back with my husband. This is exactly what I'm going to do. And so she goes, and then afterwards she does the vowel renewal.
That was not shown. That was not shown that it was done that way. She only tell Brittany that she's not going through with it again. So we don't know if it was done. That's what I'm asking. What is the procedure?
We just went up with him give us.
Yeah, it says Anthony was supposed to get a certificate of dismissal, which we never hear him mention anything of that.
They're not going to show that because they're not going to show that, Shami. You know that already. You know, so the writers, we more smarter than how they show things. You know.
Yeah, I understand all of that. The part I did not get is the lady told me that if it is dismissed without prejudice, you can reopen the divorce proceeding once you decide you want to go through with it. But when I asked her, so what if you had reconciled with your husband? How does what happened with this? She said, well, she did not reconcile with her husband. She was just doing it because of her kids. They asked her to not go through with the divorce and whatever. So she only did it. But the man was behaving the same way. So she actually went back and reopened. So that is what I want to know. If you dismiss it,
but the only piece,
yes,
then something there. So the only problem with Amber's thing, but the problem though, Charmin, is that in Amber's case, she went and do a whole vow renewal. In other words,
I know that. That's what I'm asking. So if she told me that because she dismissed it without prejudice, she went back and reopened the same case, she did not have to do a new filing. She used the same filing. So I asked her about the one with the reconciliation, and she said she did not reconcile with her husband, so she don't know if it would stand or what would happen if she had. So that's why I'm asking.
So if based on what they're showing us that Amber's opened a new case, then mean that the other case had been dismissed. Because
that's all I want to understand.
I know what you're saying, because I know with that. Somebody said Miss Gladys passed away. Apparently.
Yes, I just sent the clip on here. It's in the chat.
Is it for real or is it like just skit-wise?
I don't know if she passed away, but there was
no. They just said my sister just called me said she's. So I just pull it up fast.
Okay, they must.
Jacoby said he was supposed to only take one and he took two.
Okay, so him take one and him take two. All right. I think it's in the skit. All right, friend. I'm gonna have to jump off only because duty again. What I have to do is I will have to. I have to give us another evening because we must discuss. Actually, I have to get it back on tomorrow again. Just so you come back on tomorrow again. Yeah, man, yes, back on because it's not done. It's not done. We're not done.
We're not done.
Yeah, it's not done. We're not done. It can't finish right now. Me still a fight with Shamin and the scamming. I'm sharing the views.
But O'Neal, I tell you, stop saying that.
So,
O'Neal, Jamaica we come from, okay? And the scammer them.
All the writers are gonna just change it, and now I'm gonna get.
Oh my!
I guess what a scammer from afar.
If me love on one time, if me love on one more time, I swear.
From afar,
from a mile away.
Right, right.
Anyways, chat, guys, thank you all very much for watching us. You've been tuned today with a bunch of different. It's the best of the world. Listen to me. I get on and they will not let me pass, and that's why I love them, because I'm not gonna ever give it up on me. Give it up for Shamin this evening. Give it up for Shamin. Give it up for Shamin. Journey was with us. Give it up for Sharon Reviews, who's not making sure. And you know the legal team. Give it up for Miss Ashley, and she'll be back. And then give it up for Antoinette, the lovely Antoinette as well. Friends, I'll have to run, but you know it's on your TV. Tomorrow we'll be back on again at the same time because it's not over. It's not done.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I'm going to find more things for tomorrow.
Yes, please, Sharon. We're going to find more things.
We'll find more things for tomorrow, O'Neal.
Welcome to the O'Neal Show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again.